Hey, and welcome into It's Okay, the podcast. Happy Friday, my friends. I hope the week has treated you very, very swell. If I'm not mistaken, the US of A's government should be back open. I think they are. They are voting and having discussions right now in the House. They have until Wednesday to vote. So voting is going on right now inside the House. So we'll see how those votes turn out. But the government should totally be open back up by Thursday, Friday are the predictions. So we're going to get into all of this. This is part 2. So if you have not listened to part 1, definitely go back and listen to the government shutdown. Plus More was the name of that episode. Now we're in part 2 because this happened to be the longest government shutdown in U.S. history now. So crazy. I'm going to tell my grandkids back in 2025, the government was shut down and it was crazy. And it actually ended up being very crazy this time. A lot of people's flights were canceled and delayed. And I was like, oh my God, I'm glad it's opening back up by now. Because I was like, I'm trying to go home and see my beautiful, beautiful nephew that's about to be born. My first nephew, my sister's first son. And I was like, oh my God, am I even going to be able to do this? But it sounds like I am totally going to be still not have been affected by the government shutdown. And I think largely none of us are. It's just like on the internet, they're like, and we're like, oh my God, we're going to die. And it's crazy. But anyway, back in episode 1, I said how the House passed this bill. Go back and watch that. So it passed from the House into the Senate, and this is where everything got stagnant. And the Senate is actually very horrible. These are the people who run. These are the people who we vote for. And we just need better people to run. Please. Alex 200, please. So on November 9th, Sunday, you had 8 Democrat senators who finally voted to open the government. They voted 15 different times. All of the Democrats, aside from a couple, voted no. You need 60 votes. They were only getting 54 votes for yes, and the rest of them were no's. So it was not passing through in order for them to continue to fund the government. Laissez-faire and all the lies. So finally you have this 8 who come around. We have them by name. Let's go ahead and name these people. They originally voted 15 times no to not open the government, and then they finally decided to open the government. Catherine Cortez Masto and Jackie Rosen. These are the senators of Nevada. Yep. Nevada, where I currently live. So these 2 senators, they're both Democrats, but we have a Republican governor and mayor, and then representatives Republican. So it's a mix. But these two women actually voted 14 times to close the government, keep it closed, and then they all of a sudden voted to open it. Of Nevada. Then you have Jean Shaheen, which is such a hilarious name. Their parents are funny. Literally, Jean Shaheen. And Maggie Hassan, they voted 14 times no, and then today, or on Sunday, November 9th, voted yes finally to open the government. You've got Dick Durbin, which that's a famous name. I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of that guy, Dick Durbin. Yeah, we're going to get into this man. Then you've got Tim Kaine, John Fetterman, and Angus King. These people, aside from John Fetterman, because he voted to continuously fund the government, but the rest voted no 14 times, and then on Sunday they voted yes. So you have that. And it was they did, of course, change what the House originally passed, but the stuff that I mentioned in the original bill, or the bill that they tried to pass in the Senate that everyone voted no on, yeah, all of that crap that they added in, it was removed. So in the House meeting that they are convening currently, right now, it's going on right now. I am watching it, or should say was, because I'm doing the podcast now, but I was watching it beforehand just to kind of course, get myself a little updated before I recorded this. But yeah, once I'm done recording, or turn it back on and see what's the update on it. But yeah, of course they have an oversight, which are people who convene amongst them, kind of like a judge would do, or like like a judge, I guess, sits there with them and asks questions. And so, yeah, you have someone who's like, is the bill, are you trying to fund broadcast and public corporations, or whatever it was? And you've got one of the senators, no. And it's like, they actually did try to fund billions of dollars towards that. So no, y'all don't need to be trying to do that. And it's like, y'all were, but they were asked that. They said no. I couldn't find the actual bill that was passed in the Senate to be sent back to the House. I guess because this is all being worked on today. I'm like, y'all need to digitize this and put it on your websites. I totally went to these senators and the House speakers' websites to see where the bill is. I'm like, y'all need to update y'all website, because this is all old information that I see. So I didn't find the actual bill to see, like, okay, what was like the actual money appropriated that you guys are going to pass? What was it actually that you guys were doing? But something that's crazy is this is a regular schedule for them. This is like, for them to us, we live our everyday regular lives. So I don't pay attention to nobody else's job. But yeah, this is a job for them. And they do the same thing every year. They have to pass a bill to fund these governments, to fund these programs, to fund these things. And y'all do this every year, every 6 months, every quarter. And you mean to tell me y'all can't get it together on behalf of the American people? Sounds a little fishy to me, and I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. So yeah, no, the things that they ended up passing, it was let me go to my notes so I can see. But the reportings I saw from the Senate's bill, the things that they are agreeing and voting yes to fund is the agriculture department, the legislative branch, and the military construction projects that were already underway and approved to go ahead, and the Department of Veterans Affairs. So those are the only things that they voted yes to agree on to open the government back up. Something else I saw was all of the people that were laid off will be rehired back on. That's something that has to be agreed upon in order for the government to open back up. I'm like, this is all negotiation on behalf of the American people? As I read and like say this, does this not sound like this to you? It definitely sounds like this to me. It's and also this is only being funded for until January 30th of 2026. So they're going to have to do all of this all over again. And it's like, are y'all going to shut the government down again? So yeah, they have to literally do this all over again on January 30th, 2026. So they have to open the government back up now, do all of this convening and agreement and a bill writing and legislation for a month, for 2 months pretty much. And then they need to have everything approved and appropriated by January 30th of 2026, or the government could shut down again January 30th of 2026. If I'm not mistaken, they shut the government down quite literally for no reason, because it was shut down. Instead of it being shut down, they could have been doing this to approve the other 12. They literally have to approve 12 more funding packages. And they shut the government down and were doing nothing when they could have been approving this, that, and all the other stuff, because they're going to have to turn around and do it again. It's a load of crap to me. It's just a load of crap to me. So they shut it down, and no one actually even knows why. There's all this speculation in this, and then you see videos on social media. They're yelling at you, your healthcare is going to go up. And all of this is just a bunch of hogwash, right? So when they're yelling that your healthcare is going to go up, of course it's not healthcare for people who get healthcare through their jobs or who pay for it, or even Medicare or Medicaid. Not even that. They're talking about Obamacare, the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, which is also known as Obamacare. So this is something that Democrats, Obama as well, signed into law, approved, voted yes on, and is a thing way back. When was this? A decade ago? Going on 2 decades ago? Whatever. So this is something that they signed into law, approved, and it expires in December of 2025. But that's something that they approved and knew was happening. So it's like you shut the government down and it's like everyone's healthcare is going to go up. Whoever's healthcare is going to go up. And it's like, but you're the one who signed it into law for it to expire in December of 2025. And then it's not even the Americans' health insurance. They're talking about paying money to health insurance companies, the actual companies themselves. So it's all very confusing. I don't understand Obamacare. I will be the first to say it. I don't have Obamacare. I don't really know anyone who personally has Obamacare, or maybe who has been affected by it. I don't know much about it. I would love to do a deep dive on it, because it definitely sounds like insurance companies, it's some type of scam in there, obviously, and they made it temporary because it was so expensive. It's not permanent, and no one even knows that, or they don't tell you any of that whenever they're yelling about insurance. They're not breaking it down for you and telling you exactly what it is, so you have to go and do all this research to find out, which is what I had to do. And it's like, no, you guys are talking about Obamacare, which it sounds like they forced it upon people. And I genuinely, I don't even know, but that's a whole thing in and of itself. But you remember I mentioned Dick Durbin originally voted 14 times to keep the government closed, and then finally was like, okay, yes, we'll open it back up. In the Senate, it's sent back to the House for them to vote yes on. By Wednesday, they have to vote. So hilarious. Anyway, Dick Durbin of Illinois, Democrat. This man today said on the Senate floor, these are word for word. I put it in slow-mo, put the captions on. I said, I gotta catch this because I listened to it fast. I said, wait a minute, what did this man just say? He said, many of my friends are unhappy. They think we should have kept our government closed indefinitely to protest the policies of the Trump administration. I share their opinions on this administration, but cannot accept a strategy which wages political battle at the expense of my neighbor's paycheck and the food for his children. That's what Dick Durbin said, who is a senator in the House, who votes yes and no on these bills that they are passing. He said, my friends are mad at me for voting yes to open the government. Sir, we don't care about your friends. Thank you for opening the government back up. I appreciate it. Could someone maybe forward me his address? I'm going to maybe send him some chocolate baked cookies. I'll leave the rat poison out. This is insane to me. Did you hear him say strategy? I heard him. He's on video saying strategy. This was a strategy, quite literally. A strategy. Let's make the American people suffer as a strategy. Like, if anyone else is ready to raise hell, I'm ready to raise hell with you. Like, are you kidding me? This is insane to me. You know what? Jesse Kelly said it best. They really shut the government down to give a middle finger to Donald Trump. That's all this was. A strategy. Oh, my friends. This is, I mean, you know what? You actually can't even be that upset at this point, because it's like at a regular job, you've got two people kikiing in a corner, maybe sabotaging the next person, and or I don't know, trying to make the company go down because they're upset because they got fired or because somebody is whatever. Like, it just is giving, I mean, it's giving middle school. It's giving high school. It's giving, what are you guys doing? They're 60 and 80 years old. And I don't know if anyone has ever watched a Senate meeting or a House meeting, but they are hilarious. They're arguing. They are cussing each other out, like telling each other some about a weave, some about an eyelash, honey this, girl that. I'm like, oh wow, y'all are arguing at each other over our taxpayer dollars like that. All right. I don't know. I don't like it. It's very hilarious. But on a brighter note, it does sound like for those affected by Obamacare, because even the people who like signed this into law and said and voted yes on all of this are like, yes, Obamacare, it's so expensive. The healthcare is so expensive or whatever. And they're trying to fix it. We have to fix it. We have to fix it is what they're saying. And so it sounds like what they're going to do, instead of paying the money into the insurance company, it'll be like Medicare or Medicaid, where you'll just like have a medical card with the money on it, and like the money is used for insurance of your choice or so. I don't know. It's confusing. I'm like, Obamacare, like what is that? I don't know. I need to do a little bit more research on that, but it sounds like our government is going to be opening back up. And I do, believe this was all a strategic plan, just because I'm like, also, it's like, it's Donald Trump's presidency. Anyone who's a little controversial, they're just going to be fighting in there. They're fighting the administration, fighting Donald Trump, all of these things. But it's like, also, Donald Trump has nothing to do with the House and the Senate. So, that's another thing. They send out these videos and they want us to think like, oh, it's Donald Trump's fault or it's the Republicans' fault. And it's quite literally like stuff that they've passed in the law that they're trying to fix. They're just trying to do all of this. F you to Donald Trump. And it's not beneficial to the American people. It's not beneficial to them or anyone in between. And it's still very shocking whenever you break all of this down and you're like, y'all, really are out here doing this. And I doesn't make sense, babe. Doesn't make sense. But they are, the House, currently in session, voting, giving their speeches, their lies, whatever. And I saw something. They said they have to vote by 7 p.m. Wednesday, but it's currently 7 in DC and they're in session, but they're not voting. They're giving their speeches and yielding to this colleague and that colleague, and I yield back my time. I need my time, and arguing, but just trying to make an argument on yes or no, why they should vote, why they shouldn't vote yes to open the government. Voting no to open the government back up is insane to me. But yeah, you have all of these people that are voting no and quite literally telling us why they want to vote no to open the government back up. And the reasons are absolutely ridiculous. They pretty much, are they're lies, but whatever. But I saw something. I saw a news report and I saw one of the senators today, currently in session, say that the bill that the Senate passed was also giving 8 Republican senators millions of dollars in a one-time payout. I said, wait, what is going on? And I tried to do as much digging and researching as I could, and I couldn't find a definitive point. But also, I'm like, is this true? And we're actually gonna get into another episode on our U.S. government senators and representatives and what they make annually, what their salary is, their net worth is, what they gross, and you're gonna be shocked. I think you're gonna be shocked. I know I was so shocked, still shocked, and gonna continue to be shocked because I don't even know all of it because I haven't done a deep dive. But I'm gonna do a deep dive, and it's unfair. It's not right. And we're going to get into it. But I saw something of that saying, they were going to get this payout of millions of dollars. And I don't know what that's about. They didn't explain exactly what it is. They never explain exactly what it is. They kind of give you, I don't know, in a roundabout way of telling you what they're trying to do. It's whatever. But anyways, with all of that going on, I'm sure they're going to vote yes or get the votes they need, because some people are still going to vote no, but I think they're going to get the votes that they need to pass it and open the government back up. They also have to, put the bill together, vote yes on it, and send it to Donald Trump's desk for him to sign it. All of this process, all of this for nothingness, whatever. But all of that, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend and continue to be positive. Get your money up. Trying to get our money up in this economy. It's wild. They're like, it's fine. Everything's down. The prices are down. And we're like, but is it though? Whatever. Anyway, just stay sober. Stay vigilant. Remember, Christ is King, guys. Christ is King. King of kings. Anyway, it's okay.